What's up, guys? Matthew, getting ready to watch Season 1, Episode 7 of Silo. Last episode. Dude, there's so many questions and mysteries and this and that. Obviously, the big reveal last episode, there is 100,000 million% surveillance. They're going to wake up a mysterious him. Again, I feel like it wants me to believe it's Sims. I think it may be Bernard. I think it may be someone I don't expect, or someone who I haven't met yet. To simplify it, if you guys didn't listen to my discussion at the end of last episode, to simplify it, my prediction right now would be that, again, these people who are surveying the silo are like the people in charge. Maybe, you know, it's a giant science experiment, social experiment, something like that. They're the ones in charge. It's like a classist, like governmental, I don't know, something like that. And they use Judicial to do their bidding. Judicial doesn't necessarily know what the bidding is, doesn't necessarily know what's going on. They just know they're being used. I feel like there's a middleman. I feel like the middleman is Sims. So Sims gets messages from these people who survey, and then, you know, dishes it out to Judicial. I think that's my theory. Again, I don't know. The great thing about any good mystery show is that you can formulate theories, but that's not all of it. Like I gave you a what, why would that happen? What, like, you know what I mean? Like what kind of science experiment or weird? And I've made thoughts about, like, DNA, or, you know, the DNA strand in the fucking opening credit, like something related to like a genetic fucking, I don't know, genetic modification or breeding or something like that, because of the, I don't know. You guys know me, I yap a lot throughout the episodes, and I yap a lot at the end of the episode. So I do just want to hop straight into it. If you guys do like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It really helps me out. I have got the full-length reactions up on Patreon. By now, I am already a very decent amount of episodes ahead. So if you're interested in that, check the YouTube comments. It'll say the exact episode I'm currently on. And most importantly, and finally, if you enjoy my content, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. Again, it really does help me out. Let's get in episode 7. Wind. Whoa! Is she dreaming that she's in that book? Or what the frickety fuck is going on? This doesn't feel real. This feels angelic, dreamlike.
Gloria.
Wow, we getting...
No.
Wow. Fuck! That's a great opening. We have to go back!
I have to go back.
You guys know the meme. Come on. If you guys know the meme, let me know.
I missed a dose. That's...
Damn, they keep her ass fucking sedated. Again, are all these nurses or doctors in on this shit? Damn, she's one of the keys right there. We need to find her ass. I would assume that's gonna be Juliet's next step. Finding a Gloria. I forget George's last name. Why do I forget George's last name? I don't know if that's a coincidence. It's framing the mirror. I love that fucking. I love that they're framing the mirror, because the camera's behind the mirror. Yep. Okay, that was Holston's step. Yep. That's okay. So okay, that's where I said the discussion last episode that I felt like there was like 7 Glorias in the show, that I have written their name down. Whoa, when did that?
Should we send someone?
Wow, it is Sims.
Ethan.
Are you sure?
We're gonna get her ass killed. We're gonna frame her. I didn't think it was Sims. I was incorrect in that. Damn it.
You've got messages. First one's an apology from maintenance.
For what?
It says they broke your vase and they've taken it to be repaired.
Those assholes. Oh, what the?
Why were they there in the first place?
I don't know how things are in the down deep, but up
Okay.
here we learn early not to question the workings of maintenance unless you want your...
So why did they come break the thing? Was it to just get a better view? Anyone that looks at her, I don't trust them. Same fucking. Let me tell you what. Holston did a good ass job, because to our knowledge, they weren't on Holston's back.
Makes me authorized to know, right? So, is she here or not?
She is, Sheriff.
Great. I want to ask her some questions.
I'll take you back.
This right here.
You should be prepared.
She's kind of crazy.
You might not get the answers you're hoping for.
Oh, these fucking poor, sedated old women.
Gloria, you have a visitor.
Gloria, I'm a
Oh,
sheriff.
she's gonna say some
I found them.
beach shells. She's gonna say a word.
Nations. They're a symptom of her condition, advanced vascular dementia.
Right where I left them, by the water. What water?
It's best.
Get your ass out the room.
I want to take her for a walk. Gloria, would you like that? Would you like to go for a walk with me?
Of course, Sonny.
Possible. She's not clear to leave.
I
the
will
ward.
clear it, okay?
You can't. There's an order to keep her here.
By who?
Judge Meadows.
Meadows, Sims.
If there's nothing else.
If you ever hear the words by judicial or by Meadows or by Sims, you know that you're on the right fucking track. But again, I'll repeat my question is, what? No, I'm wrong, because I thought that the people... So the people, that security surveillance room is behind the janitorial door. That is what's behind the janitorial door. So I'm wrong on that.
I was hoping to meet the sheriff. Where is she?
Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. Forget it. I could use a break. You want a coffee?
Always.
You know, for all the heavy governmental hiding shit from us that's going on,
I need the sheriff.
She's not here.
It's an emergency.
there's a lot of not a lot of crime going on, if that makes sense.
Ma'am? Ma'am, I told you. I told you she's not in.
Where is she then?
Like I said, if you want to see the judge, you request an appointment.
I don't need one. I'm the sheriff.
An appointment is part of the protocol that comes.
I don't give.
Fuck the protocol!
She's not here? I'll wait.
You'd be wasting your time.
That's not your problem, is it?
She's out sick with a cold.
When will she be back?
Syndrome, she been poisoned.
Here.
All deputies report to 26. All that. Sorry, they're out of control. We're handling it.
Is there a riot? Rebellion?
You hear me? Tell the 26 now. Damn.
Stop running in! You're Billings! You're the one running into people! Come... Jesus! God damn! How many people? It only looks like there's 6 or 7. Damn! Never seen someone get perfectly thrown back through a window. What the fuck is wrong with
Bar
you?
in 26 was trashed last night.
By who?
The owner says a group from the lower mids. They got too rowdy.
Judicial starting some shit to...
This morning, he jumped to his own conclusion.
Keep him off track.
By the time we got there, the entire floor was ready to tear each other apart.
It didn't look like the entire
People
floor.
are scared, and they're angry, and they need their sheriff.
Billings.
I'm not done. In addition to...
Step up for yourself!
I had a cover for you when the mayor turned up asking why you never showed. I lied for you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We're past that.
No, I care about him.
I want a reason why you are neglecting your duties and dishonoring that badge. Otherwise, I have no
George
choice.
Wilkins was murdered.
They're probably they're listening to us in here. That's what I mean. If they're watching,
Barnes and Trumbull.
You told Judge Meadows he jumped.
Yeah, because that is what she wanted to hear.
if they have the sheriff's fucking personal apartment monitored, how is this not being monitored?
I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay? I came up here because of George. And the only thing I figured out is that the man that I love, he lied and he used me. And I just still want to find out why he got killed.
Maybe he could have been starting to use you, or started using you, but then he fell in love.
Then went out, and to why his wife before that went out.
So you're asking me to look the other way as you pull on a thread that's connected to 4 murders and 2 cleanings?
The thing with Billings too, I don't want. I want the secret to be found out. I want this, you know what I mean? I want good to happen, but also I'm scared. I don't want Billings to get all the information because I don't want Billings to die.
George Wilkins' case was closed. That is, until we found one of his relics in Trumbull's apartment, which is related to our larger relics investigation. So, technically, it can be seen as an opening to re-examine George's case. And just promise you'll see the mayor.
I can't wait for. I'm scared. I don't want Billings to fucking get his family killed or anything like that. But also, I want him to open his eyes with us.
You should go home. You look like crap.
I can't let you. I don't trust you to handle this shit.
One more thing. Do you know where Meadows lives?
I'd ask why, but something tells me this is one of those moments I'm supposed to look the other way. Level 15, manager's row. If you want to get in her good graces, she has breakfast delivered every morning.
Surprised that, like, you know what I mean? Judge? I'm surprised that it's not a known thing, like where she lives and all that. My girl's here. I don't, again, I'm saying I don't trust him not in a he's evil way, or like not even he's working with judicial or anything like that, but he's searching for answers and is trying to reach out to Juliet.
Forced to live underground doesn't mean we have to eat fungus.
Oh, but you, I don't know what these guys know. You don't know about stars, but you know that fungus grows underground?
What do you do when you're not here?
Think about coming here?
Systems analyst.
You work in IT?
Mm-hmm. And whatever computer problems.
Is this a spy for Bernard? From Bernard?
So you knew Mayor Holland before he became mayor?
No is a bit of a stretch, you know. He once lectured me on the proper protocol for unplugging a toaster in the break.
Jesus Christ.
Like if they've always been there.
What is he gonna
before,
find from
people
doing
used to live
this?
outside.
Oh, don't say that.
Wondered the same thing.
You ever notice anything strange besides the lights in the
Is someone gonna finally talk about this turning green?
blue? To what it was really like
I
out
haven't even thought about that for a couple episodes because no one fucking mentioned it.
Well, there was this one time that I saw a light move across the sky.
Oh, never mind. He's talking about something different. He's talking about shooting a goddamn star. Oh my god. God damn! God damn! Back off me, bitch! Why are you so romantic?
Hey,
No, wait.
I'm sorry. I thought that because of what I said yesterday
Look,
about
it's
wanting
okay.
to see
I
you.
shouldn't have. I'm gonna go.
I like him together. I don't know. He's kinda. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm scared. Well, too soon. I don't know, but if you're, obviously it's complicated emotionally, but if you're having thoughts about your old guy using you, but I think that maybe he's using her. I don't know. Damn. Connect with him that way. How is judicial? Well, Sims wanted this to be. So I'd assume Sims is trying to frame her in a perfect sort of gotcha moment. How did Holston figure out? Like, you know, I can't. Again, Juliet is on the same path that Holston was down. So I'm so interested to find out how Holston figured out all this shit, because that's how Juliet's gonna find it out. I'm interested because I would assume Holston knew about the janitorial door and you know what I mean, and surveillance and judicial and all that shit.
I've received a threat.
What?
No, it's not.
No, I'm gonna get you security detail.
Sheriff, I know it's not your inclination, but I need you to listen.
Hand in your book, quit your job, or both of y'all are dead.
She sent Sims with a warning that if I were to obstruct her efforts again, she would use some contortion of the pact to remove me. Years ago, I made a choice to stay out of her way.
I want more Bernard.
To protect your job.
Of course. But my job in IT isn't any job.
Is he also under the? Again, I'm not saying he's wrong, but he's also saying that he has the most important job.
It's the silo running.
Because it is. Because without power, we have.
This is like a social experiment. This is a fucking social experiment.
Transmit messages.
It's each people think they have the most important job.
Functions are controlled by the servers in IT. Now, if the servers were to fall into the hands of the wrong person, no amount of power from the generator would matter.
Do you think Meadows would hijack?
Of fucking course, Judicial would.
Find out. We need to find something that we can use to wall her in.
I don't know. Again, he seems so perfectly like I'm on his side now, but that makes me kind of distrust him even more.
Whatever it is you're onto, I hope you get to the bottom of it before Judge Meadows gets rid of you.
Like, are we not being surveyed now?
You're drugging her because you think she said something to Alison Becker that made her want to go out.
I don't know where you're getting all this.
In Gloria's file, Gloria said to her that she's not the type the silo wanted having children. So I want to talk to her.
Why?
The relic investigation, the one you approved? She's been on your watch list for years. I figured she might know something.
You're not a good liar, Sheriff.
Then let me talk to her.
I mean, I don't know.
Her brain is filled with drugs. Gloria doesn't have dementia any more than you have a cold.
Oh, so not satisfied with Sheriff, a post that you're not qualified to fill. You're not diagnosing people?
You don't want me to be sheriff? I want to talk to Gloria. So why don't you lift whatever medical order she's under, and then I'll turn in my badge by the end of the week. I'm making you a good offer. Let me take Gloria out.
But I don't even think she needs clearance from Sims, I feel.
Before you know it.
It's not possible.
Of course it is. You lift the order.
I can't.
You're
Damn, you admit that?
I said I can't. And there isn't anything that I can do about it.
Yeah, but if I'm the fucking people in charge of Meadows, I would... I mean, she's obviously trying to save her.
Find out what I want to know.
But I would not say that out loud, Meadows. They're gonna kill your ass.
Who will not let me? What do you mean? Who?
They...
The apartment, the relics? You get to keep them as long as you're quiet?
Of course.
Staying here drinking a cold medicine.
You don't know anything about
Yes, but they're also listening to us now.
Get out!
Like, with all this surveillance and shit that's going on, I don't see how Juliet can fucking win.
Stop.
Oh, that's a great shot. It's a great shot.
Visited Hildebrand Medical?
Yesterday.
So,
How did you not tell him about this? It should be all under surveillance. They're gonna kill...
how long have those been there?
They were there yesterday.
You should have told me.
Sorry, sir. We'll send someone in.
It's gonna look real fucking suspicious. You keep changing the flower orientation. Oh my god! Family reunion! Were you waiting for him, or is this a random stumbling? Okay, it was by the door. Okay.
Wanna come in? They transferred me here after.
Everyone fucking left.
It's small, but I'm only here to sleep. I've thought so many times about what I'd say to you if you...
No.
Now you're here, I don't even know where to start.
Don't worry about it. That's not why I'm here. I want to ask you for a favor, and then I'll be out of your way.
I don't think he doesn't want you to be out of her way.
Patient in long-term care, and I need you to help me get her out of there for maybe 1-2 hours.
Oh, just hold on a
I
minute.
think she's being held and drugged against her will. I need the...
He knows about this shit, and
You shouldn't be talking like that.
he's fine with it.
Dangerous. I can't do that.
Yeah, I should have known you wouldn't come.
That's unfair. You're being unfair to him.
Oh,
She's already gonna be dealt
sorry,
with.
Doctor. I didn't hear.
Did they order her to kill her?
I just came to raid your medicine cabinet.
I'll get the inventory sheet for you to sign.
I just came to nab 2 aspirin. I thought I could tough it out, but this headache has other plans.
I'm heading home for the night. Help yourself.
Okay, no, maybe I was wrong. Aww. They're gonna kill his... Like, dude! I'm afraid they're just gonna fucking kill everyone. Like, Juliet needs to solve this shit now. Or get some hard-ass evidence and spread it around. That wheelchair loud as fuck, dude.
Did anyone see you?
I don't think so. We're safe now. I don't know why, but they don't listen in here.
Gloria?
Damn, you know about them listening?
For me, I'm the sheriff. We met yesterday.
They've got her on a sedative.
Yeah, I know. I told you.
Well, it could take 5 or 6 hours for it to flush through her system. We've got to get her back before the night nurse starts his rounds.
Fuck.
I know you're frustrated. Let's step back and take a deep breath.
That didn't work when I was 5. It still doesn't.
I don't know, he's not.
Can we give her coffee?
She's
Can
really
we put her underneath
hostile.
a cold shower? Anything.
She's not a machine we can just switch on and off.
So that's it? You won't even try?
I could try giving her something to reverse the sedation.
Oh, you should have started with that.
It doesn't always work.
Okay.
Could it kill her?
Side effects.
They are doing this to her. And I need to find out why. So, please.
You should have brought the book to fucking give her Touching the Death Note moment.
It's okay. You know what to do.
That's heartbreaking.
1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1,000,
6 1,000, 7 1,000, 8 1,000.
I'm waiting for the plot twist that they actually, like, Judicial or Sims killed her brother and mother because of a mistake that Pete made.
It's abating.
The mistake isn't like he disobeyed them or something like that. Oh shit. Are we... Damn, we're going in! We're in! I mean, I'm 99% sure it's the fucking... just surveillance room, but... Ah, should've... 03, there's a 0 and a 3 in there somewhere.
We lost the sheriff. She was last seen heading into medical. We figured she was coming back for the old woman, but she went the other way. Must have gone someplace where there's a camera down.
She wouldn't know that.
Maybe she lucked into a blind spot.
Where are the blind spots on medical?
Purposing cameras from down there for years. The last few we took went to replace the busted ones on 52. We tried to
Damn.
keep the main areas of medical covered, but
none of
It feels like they're running out of power, and it's not like... It's hard for them to replace anything.
I'm not gonna start checking every single room for what we're missing.
How many fucking... I didn't realize how many fucking people were down here.
What's this about, Jules?
Why would I tell you?
Like, I understand that there's trauma, and he wasn't a great parent, but he wasn't the worst fucking parent in the world. You know what I mean? A lot of unresolved trauma here.
You're in the nursery.
Oh.
How did Dude, Holston is the man.
I brought you here because I need to ask you some questions.
You're not the sheriff.
That was Holston. Holston Becker. He went out 3 years after his wife, Allison, went out to clean. And you spoke to her about her fertility.
Oh.
Look, I know this is a lot to remember, but I really need you to try. Did the two of you talk about anything else?
How is she?
She's still out of it.
You gonna throw a fit against him because he's the one who started it?
I know you.
Fertility control.
It's okay. It's okay.
Don't say those words.
He works for them.
What is she talking about?
It was him. He was my doctor.
What's she talking about? Was she one of your
You.
patients?
It was you.
Well, answer me. Where?
Does he know it was doing? Okay.
40 years ago.
He stopped me from having a baby.
What?
It was you.
Jules,
Making it all come back.
You're upsetting her.
I'm not the one who's put her through
Go.
this.
Get out of here.
No.
Get out.
Okay.
Hey, Laura.
No.
Look at me. Look at me. It's okay. He's gone. He's gone.
Talk about the book. Talk about the book.
I mean, he worked for them. What do you mean?
I don't want.
With the doctors. The fertility. I'm not yelling at her.
Doing this to you. They're drugging you so that you will forget.
I want to forget. I want to be anywhere but here. I don't trust you.
Come on. Get her on your side. Do something to make you trust you.
Where did you get this?
Belonged to someone I knew. George. I was told he got it from you.
Little George. He's not the one I give it to. I give it to his mother.
Yep.
I can't remember her name.
Aww.
She was one of us.
What do you mean, one of us?
I want to help you. I don't really want to help you. I want answers.
Have you heard of the Flamekeepers?
Flamekeepers. Should sound cool as fuck.
That's because they erased us. Who did? The silo. They've been trying ever since the rebellion. That's when they put something in the water so memories would
I told you!
erase the past. And anyone who tried to preserve it.
I talk about can they erase people's minds or
The people
put something in the water?
Who kept things like this book to keep their memories alive.
Are you one of them?
Yes, I was. Until they put our flame out.
You said my dad stopped you from having a baby.
They wanted us to die off.
It's like a bloodline thing that...
We had a chance of having a family, but we never did.
Wait. And the doctors knew about this?
My next question is, do the doctors actually know, or are they being lied to?
Control, but it was a lie. I figured it out after we failed our second lottery. Henry, my husband, he wasn't a flamekeeper, and he wanted children so bad.
I could see a world in which, like I said, they killed Pete's son and mother and forced him to keep doing it.
Seeing what they took from us, I couldn't do it anymore.
Okay.
So I gave my most treasured relic to the last Flamekeeper I knew.
And that was George's mom.
Her name was Anne. She died not long after.
Yeah, never mind. I was gonna write Anne down. Don't matter anymore.
When was the last time you saw him? Did he say anything to you about a hard drive?
I think that was not.
Tabs on George when he was growing up, but I lost track of him over the years.
No.
How is he?
He's dead, bitch.
They may be keeping me drugged, but at least I can escape.
Aw.
Look at this. Let me find it.
Feel like Death Stranding. I picture myself on the beach.
They called it the ocean.
I don't even know what the ocean is called.
So many times, but I'll never know what it sounded like and how it smelled.
Oh, we'll try to get you there, but it probably ain't gonna work.
Can I hold it?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if we should do that, Juliet. He's gonna barge in, saying someone's coming.
Anna Nichols' daughter.
Did you know her?
Uh-oh.
I remember hearing about her from Anne.
Uh-oh. Oh, wow.
Knew my mom?
Well, she was helping your mother with something.
They killed her ass.
I can't remember what. It was some kind of magnifying device.
God damn.
I was really surprised that they let a woman like Hannah Nichols have children.
Was my mom a flamekeeper?
She shared the same curiosity. It's the one thing that they can never breed out of us. When I
Breed
heard
out.
what had
They're
happened
breeding
to her,
sheep to like they can't think or like. She was like bred for the. She's like bred for this shit.
Oh, it's not safe for you, Jules.
You are the last person I would ever trust to tell me what's safe.
I mean, he's helping you.
But you would
So-
trick your patients into believing their birth control?
I would assume he had to. Blackmail or something.
I didn't have a choice. If I wanted to do this work to help people
Help?
and
The only ones you're helping are the ones trying to breed people out.
you have to understand it.
Nah, I get his.
About that. When they came to me, they said this was necessary for long-term survival, to prevent genetic disease from running rampant.
Why lie to?
That's what they forced me.
And yet you just went along with whatever they said?
There are consequences to asking questions. We both know that. Think I betrayed Mom?
Don't.
I understand him. You can't like. Some people want to live. That's okay.
You said she didn't go back to Hildebrand.
She didn't.
Then how the hell do you explain that?
I don't know.
Find out where they just came from now and stay on them.
Fall flat on her face and fucking dies. Like if I'm traditional, I'm killing her ass. You know what I mean? Both of these asses.
my flowers, they're gone. I remember
Oh, they're watching.
Sheriff Holston was here.
When?
I don't know. Not long ago, I lose track. He brought flowers and he.
Damn, Holston is the GOAT. He knows. He knew everything. He knows he's alive. And they're gonna know that she knows if she finds out. You put it together? Did you put it together?
I think they can see us through the mirror. That's why Holston put flowers there.
What?
Devices like the sensors outside, and I think they're watching us.
That's creepy as
Do
fuck.
you remember anything else when he was here? Anything he said?
How did they not see Holston?
He wasn't.
Hey, like Holston is the GOAT.
Most of his time working on that van.
Sending messages through the vent and shit like that. I have goosebumps. This shit is awesome.
She's blocked our view.
Yo, I fucking say that, you dipshit. Oh, that's a great shot. They can hear that shit. Be quiet.
The problem is we only have audio.
No, Diego.
Diego's fucking stupid.
Problem is she knows there are cameras.
What is it? What did you find?
Send the raiders.
Shut up, guys! Is that a map? What the fuck is that? Is that a map? Oh, it's a bag. Boom shakalaka. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there.
They're gonna be coming.
You gotta take her ass too, they're about to kill her.
You're the last Flamekeeper now. You didn't ask for it. It's not fair, but it's the way it is. It's down to you.
No.
If you let it die, the truth dies too.
Stop saying no, it's yeah, it's of course it's a yes.
Your mother wanted you.
God damn, I don't know, you're putting a lot of pressure on me.
You can ask her, but I can't. No, you can't. But do you know why she killed herself?
Fucking tell me! Don't you dare leave me on a cliffhanger! Tell me! She's gonna be gone when they open the door. God damn it.
Where is she?
She crawled through the vent? Small vents, but... God damn it! Ian! Okay, I took some time. I spent like a good 5 minutes. I wrote down some theories, some talking points, because over the last couple of episodes, I feel like my discussions were getting more and more random and weird, and I don't know. Obviously, it's still going to be kind of flow of consciousness, but you know, we're going to go with it. To start, I'm just the more and more that I watch this, the more I get like science experiment-y, like. I don't know. I feel like this is like an anthill or not anthill. What's it called? Like an ant farm. And I almost feel like I don't know. I almost feel like the experiment is trying to see if people get out. You know what I mean? Because I'm telling you, I don't buy that Holston and Allison are dead. I don't buy that shit. They're alive somewhere. Okay, I don't know if it's like some, if you have the balls to leave, you know what I mean? You gain, what's it called? You're allowed to join the real world or something like that. I don't know. There's a, and they're putting stuff in like the water to make people's minds like hazy or make them forget memories and shit like that. And obviously, you know, that was one of the first things I said in either episode 1 or episode 2 after watching it. Like, I kind of got the vibe that, you know what I mean? There was some, I thought that there, sorry guys, I'm losing it. Yeah, the more that I get into a show, the more passionate I get, the more I sound kind of stupid sometimes, but what are you going to do? I said in either episode 1, episode 2, or both of them that, someone was erasing their minds, maybe not necessarily like sci-fi, like zoop bop, you can't remember anymore, or if it was something, you know, more like I don't know, situational or generational, something like that. That answers my question, or you know, backs up my theory. And there's Flamekeeper, and I might have got this stuff wrong again. There's a lot of stuff. So I might have got some of the stuff wrong. I gotta write something down real quick. I gotta go get that. Oh Jesus, sorry guys, I'm losing it. I forget my train of thought. What was I talking about? The outside. What was I talking about? No. Sorry guys, I wanted to talk about the Flamekeeper thing. So if I'm not mistaken, like, wow, is it like certain bloodlines or something like certain families aren't affected by that, and it is like it's passed on, or because they were talking about, like, you're Hannah's daughter, so it is passed on. So wait a minute. I'll get back to the Flamekeeper stuff because this might also connect to it. But I'm thinking about Billings, and Billings obviously was a part of Judicial, so he knows some more stuff. He probably doesn't know everything, and he especially doesn't know everything that Sims knows, but he knows some stuff. And he was very scared that his syndrome would pass on to his child. Is that connected to like Flamekeeper somehow? Is the syndrome like an early onset of, you know what I mean, like maybe being able to remember what happened in the past, or I don't know. But I mean, that's another thing too. Like, does it erase their minds, or does it like just turn them into docile puppies so they don't question? You know, cause again, I'm wondering what the extent of again, there's the DNA strand in the opening. I'm wondering the extent of like the experiments or the controlling. Like, do they talk about like they can never get rid of your curiosity, but in other people, are they actually like breeding curiosity out of people in some way? Like, I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. Okay, I'll move on. I'll talk about Hannah a little bit, and obviously this sort of relates to the Flamekeeper stuff. So I'm going to assume, well, I don't know. Because another thing too, if Hannah was like, a part of this whole thing, maybe I misremember. I thought Gloria said that Hannah wasn't a Flamekeeper, but she had the same curiosity or something like that, but then she called Juliet the last Flamekeeper at the end, so I don't know, but I could maybe see a theory. Maybe it's akin to the George and Regina thing in the sense of I don't know the timeline exactly, but maybe Hannah purposefully entered a relationship with Pete because another detail that I do have to add, Gloria said that she was surprised that they would let Hannah have children. Maybe she purposefully formed I got goosebumps thinking about this. Maybe she purposely formulated a relationship with Pete, a doctor, so that Pete could go behind Judicial's back and alter her chip so that they could have kids. But if that's the case, I would... Well, again, Pete, maybe Pete is just a really, really, really good doctor, so that when they found out that Pete did that, they gave him like an ultimatum, like, hey, you know what I mean? Either, your kids, your family has to die, or, you know what I mean? Either you and your family are going to die, or we're going to kill your family, and then you're going to keep working for us. And he was so scared that maybe he agreed with it. But I could see a world in which Hannah, you know what I mean, found a doctor, wanted to procreate with the doctor because and manipulate. Not, I don't want to say manipulate because maybe that's not the right word, but manipulate Pete into altering the chip. I like that theory. I like that theory a lot. And then she killed herself. So obviously, I don't think that that's actually what happened. Again, maybe it's like because my next question was, if Pete did alter the chip and they had 2 fucking kids without the permission of fucking Judicial, that would be found out. You know what I mean? That's not something that would slide by. That would get found out immediately. So maybe the men at the night, and maybe that like SWAT team motherfuckers thing is the people who come at night, and maybe it was just Sims. Maybe Sims just is the guy who threatens people at night. Maybe they came to Pete and was like, hey, look, we know about all this shit. We're gonna kill your family, something like that, something along those lines. But yeah, the more I think about it, I do definitely think there has to be, well, there 100% like has to be a connection between the syndrome and I keep saying it syndrome like the Incredible Syndrome and this weird Flamekeeper hallucigenia mind wiping. So there has to be some sort of connection there, obviously. So I got to keep my eyes fucking peeled, man. I got to keep my eyes fucking peeled for details on that. Again, it's one of those things, and I said it before in compliments, like, I love the story that we've been given. Juliet is, I really like Juliet as a character, because she's very competent and capable, but she's also not like some perfect, like, first of all, she's not like some perfect capable mastermind where she immediately figures out fucking A, B, C through fucking Z, immediately, just like magic. It takes her a little bit, she works out, but she's also a very flawed person. I've been very conflicted with her relationship with Pete, because obviously, I'm not saying Pete is the most perfect person of all time, and we had the flashbacks when Juliet was younger, and he was a dickhead, and he was an irresponsible father, but I repeat, I don't think that he was the worst fucking human to ever exist. I think he's a very flawed, depressed person who's obviously torn between a rock and a hard place, I would assume. Torn between a rock and a hard place. Squished between a rock and a hard place. And didn't know how to cope, if that makes any sense with it. And I feel like Juliet is very much like a lashes out at people. She's very isolated and alone because of the deaths of her, family. So she pushes everyone away very easily. And I would hope that Billings and... Well, I think that Billings is going to get through 100%. This true. I'll talk about Lucas. Let me write down Lucas's name. I want to talk about Lucas because I don't trust him. He works for IT too. I don't know. We got to talk about that motherfucker in a minute. Damn, my handwriting is so bad. I said running out of something. What did I talk about? Oh, cameras. They're running out of cameras. Let me cross that off. So, you know, you go back to my last episode, some of my theories. I thought that you know, the cameras and the technology looked pretty advanced, like to the point where, like, again, I'll repeat my theory I said at the beginning of the episode too. I didn't think that Sims was a part of that you know, surveillance team. I thought that Sims was like an in-between man between the surveillance team and Judicial. I was obviously proven incorrect. It seems very much like the surveillance team is a part of... And that's another thing, too. I keep calling it Judicial. I'm a little confused as to whether or not janitorial, this janitory door, is a part of Judicial. It's like a secret sept or like a secret, you know what I mean, army part of Judicial. Or Judicial is just like a front, just like Meadows is a front for the leader. I don't exactly know, so I'm going to keep referring to it as Judicial until I'm proven otherwise, or until someone in the comments says I'm stupid, and these are obviously filmed ahead of time, so I'm probably going to continue saying it's Judicial, so I'm sorry about that if that's incorrect. But I originally thought that, like, I didn't expect the surveillance team to be, like, in the silo. Like, you know what I mean? Like, not like, I didn't necessarily think it would be off. Well, I did say it may be off-site, but, like, it feels like these citizens, or the people there, like, it feels like they live in the silo. You know what I mean? Like, they're silo civilians who work for Judicial. But I could be incorrect about that. But, you know, they're talking about running out of cameras, so again, it almost feels like it throws a wrench in my plan, unless, and I'm about to go tinfoil hat theory here. My immediate theory was that, you know, this silo was an experiment, and the people perpetrating the experiment were the people on the cameras. Now, because it's getting to the point where they're, like, reallocating the cameras, and they're running out of power, and they're running out of materials and equipment and technology and shit like that, it almost feels like they're a part of this society as well. Yeah, they have more power and more, you know what I mean, eyesight and ears on the normal civilians, but it really does feel like they're a part of the community or the society. So I put the tinfoil hat on. Maybe they are also a part of a silo experiment. Maybe, again, because I've always thought, and it's going to keep going up from the very beginning. I thought that, you know, they want me to think that Judicial is the bad guy. There has to be someone above. You know what I mean? And now that it's revealed that Sims is technically above and is a part of this little janitory side thing, I almost now want to believe that there's actually something above them. So, yeah, sure, they're monitoring people, but maybe a part of the experiment is... Just like last episode, I said, in my discussion, I said that my theory was that the people watching were the people perpetrating what was going on, and Judicial was maybe they didn't know what was going on, but they're being told what to do. I could see that extending up another layer, you know what I mean, to where the people up top are telling the people with the cameras to do this, and the people with the cameras are telling Judicial to do that, and the people with Judicial are enforcing all of the sort of, you know, nitty-gritty laws. So there's a lot of different fucking angles we can take here. There's a lot of fucking different angles. And also, part of that also, I do want to say this, because it's something that I didn't think about, and again, this rebellion thing is weird, and the timeline, I don't know exactly how long the silo has been running for, because I said, you know, in the first episode, when they said like 144 years, or no, the 140 years, 144 levels, they said 140 years, a part of me was like, really? Everyone forgot about what happened 140 years ago? That's not a long time. So that's why I immediately thought that there was some sort of mind-wiping, you know, something in there. But also... this feels like a messy, hectic sort of thing. Like, cameras are running out and shit, and there's different... This doesn't necessarily have to be, like, one... I feel like all of my theories so far have been under the influence that... under the influence of drugs and alcohol, too, because they're so fucking stupid. But I feel like most of my theories have been that the silo is working perfectly as it's been planned. You know what I mean? Like, as in, like, the original purpose of the silo is still intact, and there's some hidden message or hidden experiment, something like that. But I can also see a world in which the purpose of the silo has been diluted over the years. So not only is there mind wiping and shit like that, but maybe the people who are in charge of the mind wiping have also been mind wiped. And there was an original purpose for the silo that has not been used or has been taken over by other people. You know what I mean? Like, talk about the rebellion. The rebellion this... Well, I don't know, because Gloria was just talking about the rebellion too and how they were shut down. So maybe it doesn't necessarily connect with the rebellion, but... Again, I could see a world in which maybe the silo started as one thing for this purpose, and then through many takeovers or many different leaders or whatever, it's been diluted so that, and I'm talking like Sims and security, maybe their roles have been diluted so much that they don't even know what the original purpose was. Speaking of that, I'm going to be right back. I want to find out what the fuck that code is, so I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that, guys. The code is 3035. It took me a while too, like I had to like slow it down fucking frame by frame because it cuts to him doing the code right as he like presses the first button. But 3035, that to me could maybe hint towards a year. 3035, if that is a year, that is significantly further in the future than I would have thought. I would have thought it would have been like a 21, 22 sort of thing, not a 20 or 30, not a 20 or 30. So again, I don't know if the code is important. It could mean something. It could be a year. It could not. I'm just making a statement. I noticed that. I also do want to speak about. I do feel like we're 100% in Georgia. I mean, with the book and the constellations and all that, the constellations are obviously going to. But that's like Lucas is the part that I'm a little. Cause that's I do want to move into that now. Lucas is because he seems nice and he seems what I mean. But it almost feels like maybe the fucking George stuff was like a precautionary tale. Because I don't know because that's the thing too. And I don't know how to word this. Last episode we learned like George had manipulated Regina. And was trying to get information to her and dumped her when he could, he got all that he could. He was probably doing it to Juliet as well. It's not 100% guaranteed. Like I said, I do kind of subscribe to a theory that maybe he originally did plan for, to use Juliet to do things, but maybe actually did fall in love. I don't know. And because again, there could also be some sort of weird plot, and I'm always waiting for it. With how big and bad they're building up Judicial to be like this evil entity. I'm waiting for the reveal that like no, Judicial's actually the good people. No, George is actually the bad person. Yeah, I'm waiting for something like that. Like the Flamekeepers are bad. I'm not gonna subscribe to the theories yet, but I'm just floating it out there. I could see a plot twist like, hey, no, they're actually trying to protect us. But with Lucas. Like I said, going back to the George thing, like a precautionary tale, as in like someone who's George could have just been purely using Juliet. And obviously, Juliet thinks that, believes that at this point. Maybe that sort of information is good. Cause I don't know. Is it excusable? Because it seems like George is doing good and trying to, show people the truth about what's happening and how they're being kept like animals in a cage and all that. But does that excuse his manipulation of Juliet and Regina? I mean, to be quite honest, I don't want to look like a terrible guy. Maybe it does excuse it. I mean, I don't know why you couldn't rope them in the first place, but that probably would have been the smarter and the more moral thing to do, to be quite honest. But again, I don't know. But maybe it's a parallel with the Lucas stuff, to where Lucas seems like this nice, loving, happy person, and then it actually comes out because again he's working for IT, he's doing this, he's doing that. Maybe maybe he's been tasked to keep an eye on her by Bernard. I don't know yet. I got to keep my eye on that because I'm trying to think, and the reason I'm suspicious of him isn't necessarily because of anything that he's done, like acting wise, emotion wise. He doesn't seem fishy to me or anything. It's just the fact that what the fuck are these constellations and these stars going to do? Like, what's their point? Obviously, that's in the Georgia book, but at the same time, I would assume we can show. I would assume we're going to be able to show Lucas the book, and he's going to be able to, Georgia was. Hold up, was George named after Georgia? That's sick if that's the truth. That might have been a coincidence, but I would love if that was the case. I would assume that Lucas is going to be shown the Georgia book with the constellations and is going to come to a conclusion but I don't know what that would mean. Like, I don't know what that would do. I don't know. I do not know. Another thing that I want to talk about, well, I don't know. Obviously, we're what? I've watched 7 episodes. I'm now full. Again, this is like the 6 episodes, 5 or 6 episodes with Juliet as the main character. I don't want to say that because again, they did kill a lot of main characters in the beginning, but I don't want to immediately think that Juliet is also going to die. But also at the same time, like, how the fuck is she gonna get out of this shit? You know what I mean? Like, because that's another thing too. I'm just, again, I know that there's 2 seasons. Again, I'm still nobody's answered me in the comments of the first video of any of my questions. I don't know how many seasons there are. I don't know how, like, the rate at which the adaptation of the books is going. I don't really know any of that. So I don't, you know what I mean? Like, the show's obviously called Silo. I would assume that a majority of this, well, I don't know. I'm not assuming anything. We could get out of the Silo next fucking episode, or we can get out of the Silo in season fucking 5. I don't know when. I'm wondering about the acceleration of the plot here, because if we stay in the Silo for another, like, season or 2, how is Juliet gonna get out of this? She's gonna have the entire fucking brunt of Sims and judicial and janitorial, if those are 2 separate entities, on top of her? Or is she gonna have to be in hiding? Is she gonna? I don't know. What I wanted to say was I'm also scared that she's gonna die, and I know that I think that some people would really dislike that. If the first 2 episodes are about Holston and Allison doing their little mission, and then they get killed for it, and then Allison goes on the same mission and then gets killed for it, and then George, also a side character, is going on the same mission and gets killed in the background, and then also we kill Juliet, and you know what I mean? We restart the. I know some people would really dislike that. I would be okay with it, depending on how they do it. But it's always a fear in my mind, like, oh my god, they could kill Juliet. They could kill Juliet. The next thing I want to do, and it's the final thing that I got written down, I might, flow of consciousness, bring up more stuff in the middle of the conversation. But talking about Sims here. Sims is obviously... Do I believe that Sims is the fucking top dog? He's got to be taking orders from someone, right? Right? Sims isn't the big bad controlling everyone in the silo. There's another thing too, and I'm always going to be. I haven't really thought about it in the last couple episodes because they haven't given me any details, and I really only thought about the first couple episodes where I was like shooting my shots, just to get some theories out. But I also gotta remember: is there people up top? Or are there other silos? You know what I mean? Like, what if there's like a network of silos that it's like some weird, massive scale science experiment, manipulative brain control? Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of subscribe to that theory more so than like this silo is the only silo. This silo is the only place where humanity exists, and Sims is the top dog. You know what I mean? It's another thing too, thinking about like poisonous air or whatever. I still like my theory of like maybe this something in the suit is poisonous. Maybe it's the water. Maybe they drink. Do they drink water? Oh, I was just thinking. John's drank the water. Maybe that was just like a, I don't know, like a really potent dose of the poison. I don't know. But I'm like, Sims. What the fuck is Sims? Has to be taking orders from someone. And my question is: that is someone who I've not met, or is it someone I know? And if it's someone I know, I would have to lean towards Bernard. And I find it so funny how like in the middle episodes, so like episode 1 and 2, I had my theories, and recently I have my theories. But in the middle, I was really of the impression like they really want me to see Sims and Meadows and Bernard as like the big bads, because they were the only characters who had any sort of hidden intentions, it felt like. And as I didn't want to believe that they were the big bads, but as I continue, I kind of feel like they're more the big bads, because he's 100% fucking manipulating Juliet. He's trying to buddy. I don't know if it's because, again, we're getting into deep theories here. Does he know that she's like Flamekeeper or connected or something like that? And maybe he is one also. Again, I don't know. It feels like all my theories hinge on the fact that is Bernard secretly really good or secretly really bad. I don't see there's an in-between. I don't see him as some like secret, like, oh no, I just want to be the head of the IT department. He's talking about the IT department is so important, we control everything. So you tell me Do you control these fucking, you know, the TV room, the surveillance? Do they control the lights and the cameras and the microphones and shit like that? I feel like he would, you know what I mean? So maybe Sims is taking orders from Bernard. But my question is, why would he leave Juliet alive? That's my question. I'm loving the show. I'm absolutely loving the show. There is just one thing that I need more information to be revealed, so I can't immediately say it's bad writing. But some of the stuff I'm like, there's cameras everywhere and there's secret plans being, and there's, you know, stuff like that. I don't really know about, like, if there's like a reasonable explanation, or it's just like I should just, you know, not think about it too hard. I don't know. I don't know yet. Man, that was a damn good episode. I'm hyped. I just want to watch. I want to binge this show. I can't, though. I got so many shows to watch, but I just want to binge the show. This show's amazing. I'm not necessarily saying it's like a 10 out of 10 show quality wise, because, you know, it's a really good show, and I'm absolutely loving it. But I don't necessarily think it's like the cream of the crop, the greatest show of all time. But I'll repeat, and I've said it in many reactions. I've said it in many Silo reactions, many other reactions, Severance reactions. I love mystery. I love mystery box. I love dystopian. You know what I mean? I love this whole shtick. I love it. So, a famous quote of mine: I would rather take something that's 8 out of 10 of my favorite genre over something that's 10 out of 10 of something that's not my favorite genre. And this is this. Like, it's so fucking good, and it's perfect, man. I talked about a lot of stuff. I had a lot of stuff written down in my notes here. I'll just show people. I don't want anyone to... I have some notes there. I think that's going to be it. Like I said, I could probably talk for another 30 minutes, but I don't want to keep you guys waiting here for fucking hours and hours, because I know that 99.9999% of people aren't even watching by now. So, I'll yap a lot next episode. If you guys like the video, please drop a like and leave a comment. It'd really help me out. I've got the full-length reactions up on Patreon by now. I am already a very decent amount of episodes ahead, so please check the YouTube comments to see the exact episode I'm currently on. And if you enjoy the content that I make for the channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribed. Again, it really does help me out. I'll see you guys next week. You guys have a good one.